money from here or there, they can do something and buy the lamb for the Eid. Can I do this? They ask Al-Hasan al-Basri, one of the esteemed scholars of the followers of the companions, Al-Hasan al-Basri, may Allah have mercy upon him. He said, yes, you can even borrow, have a loan, Islamic loan of course, a personal loan from somebody, whatever, $300-400, something like that, to buy the lamb and to sacrifice your udhiyah on the day of Eid, if you can afford paying back that person or that masjid or that organization. It's very strongly recommended to have it. But for the other brothers who are going to Hajj, there is a confusion sometimes among the Muslimin. What kind of Hajj shall I choose? I prefer for you Hajjatul Tamattu'. We have three kinds of Hajj: Hajjatul Ifrad, Hajjatul Qiran, Hajjatul Tamattu'. Al-Ifrad, Hajj alone only, with no Umrah. State of Ihram, Hajj, one shot. Al-Qiran, Umrah and Hajj in one Ihram. Just the same state of Ihram, Umrah, and keep Muhrim until you make Hajj. So you make both Umrah and Hajj in one Ihram. The third one, At-Tamattu'. You make Umrah by Ihram, and then you step out from this state of Ihram and you live normal with no Ihram at all, and then by the 8th of the Hijjah you return back to a new state of Ihram for the Hajj. And the last one is the best one, because the Prophet ﷺ, he wished for himself even to do this one, but unfortunately, because he bring his hadi, his sacrifice, from Medina to Mecca with him, he can't change with the niyyah, with the intention. If you bring your animal from your country to Mecca, no play with the intention. You cannot change, you cannot upgrade the intention. You have to stay as is, qarin. But if you did not, nobody take the animal from his city to Mecca. That's very rarely happen nowadays, but you might not find anybody. I saw in the 1970s, somebody's coming from Yemen, coming from some other place, and they're bringing their camels and their stuff with them. Yeah, that's very rarely. You can't find this nowadays. So the sunnah, if you have the intention of Qiran, Umrah and Hajj, to break your intention, break the intention, and make the new intention of Tamattu'. At-Tamattu' huwa afdalul ansak, the best kind of Hajj, the Hajj of Tamattu'. Let me mention to you briefly, very briefly, and then I will take your questions, what the mutamatti' should do. But I want to borrow your focusing and attention, because that will be very brief, inshallah. First of all, you have to start your ihram by your umrah at the miqat zone, or before, a little bit before the miqat. What miqat you will choose? The miqat zone, we have 5 mawaqit. Look at yourself. You're coming to Mecca. Forget about when you're going to Saudi Arabia, Medina, whatever. Forget about this. Look, when you're coming to Mecca, you're coming from what direction? If you're coming from the direction of Medina, then your zone is the miqat of Ahl al-Madinah, the people of Medina, which is Dhul Hulayfa. And if you're coming to Mecca from the direction of Riyadh, Najd, Al-Dammam, Al-Kuwait, Al-Imarat, all of these areas, so your miqat, your zone, your ihram will start in Qarn al-Manazil. And if you're coming from the deep south, like coming from Yemeni direction, from the Yemen, Najran, Jizan, all of these south places, then your miqat, you will start by the zone of Yalamlam. If you're coming from Asham, Syria, Palestine, coming from Misr, Egypt, your miqat would be Al-Juhfa. And if you're coming from the direction of Baghdad, Iraq, then your miqat would be Dhati Irq. You have to start your ihram either in the miqat or before. You can't pass the miqat with no state of ihram. In the ihram, you will take a shower, ghusl al-ihram. You make sunan al-fitra, to cut your nails, your mustache, to shave the hair in your private areas and underarms, to make yourself ready. For men, they put some good perfumes, oud, misk, amber. Make yourself ready by praying any kind of prayer, like Tahiyatul Masjid, like Dhuhr prayer. It depends what time you're going to do this. Pray, any prayer. And put nice and clean white clothes for men. For women, no white. For women, no white. It's prohibited even. Women in their black jilbab, normal. But men in 2 white dresses, rida on your shoulder and izar for the bottom, around your waist. You will start by saying in the miqat, Allahumma labbayka umrah. You will not mention the Hajj, because this ihram is only for umrah, not for Hajj. This is only for umrah. So we would say, labbayka Allahumma bi umrah, or Allahumma labbayka umrah. And then you will start that beautiful holy song, Talbiyah. Labbayk Allahumma labbayk, labbayk la sharika laka labbayk, inna alhamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika lak. When you go up any hill in the bus or going up to any mountain or whatever, the way going up, say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah. When you go down, say Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. This is the way of the Prophet ﷺ in the traveling. If you're going up, say Allahu Akbar. Going down, say Subhanallah. And always when anything happens, like if it rains, if you meet somebody, if you feel sleep and you fall asleep, and then you wake up, if they stop the bus for some reason, checkpoint, if anything happened, return back to the talbiyah.